Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of For the Fans podcast. We are here. We are after Thanksgiving, and McKay, I gotta say, I am so happy for the Bears right now.
I don't even know what world we're living in right now, man.
That's why I'm like, everyone was just like, oh, the Bears got a lucky win or this or this, and I'm like, does everyone realize the Bears are currently 9-3? And your
Yeah.
three losses, I'm looking at them, have come
Our
from the Vikings in week one, a division rival, the Lions in week two when they were very healthy and a division rival, and then the Ravens.
and I will say this: the losses to the Vikings and the Ravens were winnable games. We just were dumb.
Yeah. And then you guys kind of trounced the Eagles. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that here a little bit. I mean, might as well just jump into it right now. As far as talking and going back to week 13, it was really funny. I was talking with Tyler about it a little bit. I know he's not on just yet; he'll come on later. But I said to him, like I think it was like Friday morning, because you gotta understand that that evening was the Arizona State Arizona Territorial Cup game,
Oh boy.
and I was wearing my ASU shirt because I honestly had it more in my head of I was like, oh, ASU's got a better chance to win tonight than the Bears do of beating the Eagles. And so I was really banking on that, just seeing how that would go down. And then as soon as the Bears won that game, I went, "There's no way the football gods will allow me to have both of my teams win today."
Did they?
And no, no, Arizona killed them, absolutely murdered them. It was ugly. So and it made me laugh too because obviously the Bears, whenever catchphrase if you will is "bear down." That's also the catchphrase for the University of Arizona. So I went, yeah, there's no
There's
way.
a lot of football teams that have like something down or something.
Yeah.
I forget what the other ones. I know Chargers is bolt up, Panthers is keep pounding. I don't know.
Chiefs is shake it off. Sorry, had to.
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a very good one. I don't even know what their chant, but I feel like it should be replaced by that.
But shake it off.
Yeah. Oh. Uh.
Matt's throwing up over on the other end.
Jeez, like I'm
Uh,
even trying to find the Chiefs chant, and it's just say the tomahawk chant, which is
oh,
The Tomahawk Tua, maybe, you know.
that one was pretty good too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, what other ones do I know? Oh, Fly Eagles Fly.
fly eagles, and then there's Jets, which is just spelling their name.
JETS dead dead dead.
You know the Jaguars won.
Duval.
Oh, hold on, I got it ready.
Duval.
And
What
then
what's the
Ended pretty
Colts?
similar.
oh man, I don't know the Colts one. I know Dolphins. It's fins up
Yeah. This is our Colts. This is our team.
for the
We
shoe.
bleed blue for the shoe. That's right. That's what it is. I've seen that one dude who sings the song every week. That yeah, him and Blue. Oh man. Anyway,
Mhm.
going back to it here with Bears and Eagles. I mean, because obviously I want to talk about this one, and not necessarily just from the point of just because it's the Bears, but also because I have a lot of question marks as far as where did the Eagles go from here that I want to talk with you guys about because it seems to be this trend that the Eagles are going on where it's like they make the Super Bowl, win or lose one year, and the very next year they start off hot and then they absolutely collapse. They make the Super Bowl where they lose to the Chiefs the very next year. They look like they're running away with the one seed, and then they fall apart and have a first round playoff exit as a wild card. Then they win the Super Bowl last year, but now it looks like they're falling apart again. Um, what do you guys think is the big disconnect there? Because the offense should not be that bad, considering who they have there. Not to mention the defense should have been better too. It's a really good defense, and yet you had two Bears running backs who just ran all over them on Friday. What are our thoughts there as far as the situation for the Eagles?
You know, the Eagles I feel like have been a question mark for a couple of weeks, and I think now is the time to determine are they going to bounce back or are they actually just not that good of a team.
Mm.
They play
So
like they're
what do you think?
gassed.
Yeah.
Like they just don't have anything left in the tank. They don't got tricks. They're just trying to survive and make the playoffs. They're not really dominant. That's my
Who would
opinion.
who would you put the blame on there? Would it be like Kevin Patullo as the OC or
um, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. It's like, yeah, I would probably put the blame on the OC just because it's like the biggest weapon you have. You're barely utilizing him, or one of the biggest receiving threats you have on your team, and he just barely gets the ball. And there's clearly some
yeah.
friction going on there, and obviously that I think that probably plays a part in with the team as a whole and its health. It's just they're not all on the same page. They're not vibing.
Yeah, well, and I feel like the Madden curse almost feels like it's, real here, at least for the situation with Saquon.
Yeah.
Saquon.
Yeah, 'cause it's
Yeah.
always the two rules of the Madden cover curse. They either get hurt or they have an awful season.
Should
Definitely been one of them.
should tell me just never draft the cover athlete for Madden in fantasy.
I haven't done it, and I'm like, nope, not happening. No way. Yeah, okay, so we'll say that's the case at least for the Eagles. As far as the Bears, we'll get to them here in a little bit because I feel like we're going to talk about the situation here with taking stock in the top teams. So why don't we move on from that? Matt, why don't you talk about Texans versus Colts? They're going to be. I'm wondering if there's going to be some conversation about the officiating during this game.
Oh yeah. I wanted to bring that game up just because it was probably the biggest example of the week that the calls were just absolutely horrendous. And I just don't understand. It's like they have all this technology, they have all this stuff, and they just don't utilize it, or they just can't make good calls.
It's because the NFL doesn't have
You know?
professional paid reps on
Yeah.
salary.
And it's and it's a clear problem because it really just hoses teams or they can influence the game. Regardless if they're getting paid or if they're being influenced, it takes away the competitive nature of the game and it just makes it hard to watch. And I feel like, it's one of the biggest issues they need to fix, you know, next year maybe is maybe look into different types of officiating, like Shane said, like maybe get some professional refs in there from like a third party that's not affiliated, just improve the overall life of the game is what they need to do.
One that
Because
I've
if not,
seen.
it
Oh, go ahead.
it just ruins games.
The one that I've
Yeah.
seen is that we got people in New York watching this game that know the rule book inside and out, basically. What was stopping the league from just having a quick call to New York and being like, hey, what is the verdict on X play?
That's fair.
Yeah. But then I also want to talk about this game too to see if possibly could the Texans be coming back right now.
I
Is this their resurgence?
The thing that scares me with the Texans is that they have by far one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah.
And so I think if they get into the playoffs and they figure out their offense again, they could go all the way. But that's just my opinion.
No, I agree. Just have to see if they're going to make it that far. I feel like it's all been very, very close for them and their situation.
I mean, they are currently in playoff ranking, they are currently at number 8. They are just on the
Mm-hmm.
outside. So I think it's doable.
Just have to kind of see where it comes down to within these next few games. let's at least go over here because we'll talk about this a little bit more. It's a good opportunity to do it here. So Shane, let's go over here with your matchup, and then we'll go into our main content here
Oh,
for the
baby.
fun.
Yeah, so for mine, I picked one that I think was just a close game, and I picked the Broncos and Commanders. My main reason for picking this is that last season it felt like I think the Chiefs had like the best record when it was like games decided by one possession. This year, however, it seems like that luck is going to the Broncos. They are getting every single 1 point or one possession game going their way.
Yeah,
I feel like it can't last that long.
yet a lot of it is.
That's very true. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I this
I'm like
one's tough.
I'm like that's kind of all I have for that one. Is just that one's a hard one to say.
It was fun to watch. I will say that just from the overtime perspective, especially that it all came down to just an attempt on a 2-pointer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really enjoyed that game, and I think it shows that the Commanders, they still got a little fight left in them. They're kind of that unlucky team this year. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to the unlucky, it's when you're in so many close games, it either comes down to bad coaching or injuries. Those are the two reasons. And for the Commanders, it's because of injuries. I think another team that was a good example was the Bears last year. They had a lot of close games and they just ended up losing. Why? Bad coaching. But still, it was one of those ones where it's like in another world, I feel like the Bears last year could have potentially been 12-5 instead of 5-12. Likewise, over here on the other side, with the Commanders, I feel like in another world they could be 9-3 instead of 3-9.
Yeah, I mean, the Broncos are a team that I feel like a lot of people have put very high on. And my thing is, I feel like their luck is gonna run out. I don't think they. I think they're a good team, but I think that they are.
Yeah,
I I I, I think. I think they're a good team, not a great team. A great team would put away games, whereas the Broncos, they're kind of down to the wire, and they're getting one or two plays that go their way and just barely let them finish off their opponent.
would it be fair to say right now that this, and again, I know I'm gonna get a collective groan from people hearing me say this, but would it be fair to say that this Broncos team is reminding us of the 2020 Steelers?
No, not at all. Not in my opinion, at least.
Yeah,
The thing is,
because that's
Mike
that's kind of
Tomlin
my
at least
concern.
has the black magic. I don't think the Broncos have that black magic with them.
Now they have Sean Payton, so maybe it's Bountygate.
Oh gosh. Yeah, look how well that ended up for them. They got one ring.
Yeah, one is better than none.
Shut up.
I don't mean that just for you as a Jags fan. I'm just saying one is better than none.
My team has been around for only 30 years. We're one of the youngest teams, and yes, I
That
realize
wasn't a dig. That wasn't a dig, Shane. That was me just being straight up.
Who is the youngest team? The youngest team is the Texans, right? Is the Texans or the Ravens? I feel like the Ravens are a young team.
Actually, hang on. I feel like youngest team in the NFL is actually the Packers.
No, Packers have been around forever.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, no. I thought you were talking about youngest by age
No.
for
Like,
the team in
youngest as a
No, the franchise.
Yeah.
That's the Texans.
Is it the Texans? I thought there was
It is.
one after.
No, the Texans came around in 2002.
Yep.
They are the youngest team. Yep. So anyway, I think that's all I'm going to say as far as the situation with the Broncos. I do believe there is a very good possibility that they could be like the Steelers from a couple of years ago, where it's like they get to the playoffs and they get absolutely rocked in the first game that they play.
We will rock you.
Matt had to step away here for a bit, but then also we still don't have Tyler yet. So yeah, once again, Shane, this is kind of like back how it used to be.
I know.
So
I was
let's
kind of
talk
thrown
about.
off with how quiet it was. I was just like, man, Matt had to step away, and then Tyler's like, I'm gonna be there, and I'm like, it's
And haven't heard
8:30,
anything,
and you're not here.
and it's Golden Raspberry night too, and
I know
he's
this is like one of
yeah,
the best nights.
yeah, it is one of my favorites.
It's one
But
of my favorites.
before we
one of
get
the
to
best.
Yeah, before we get to Golden Raspberry Night, we need to at least talk about, what we said we were going to be taking stock in the top teams. So we need to evaluate the teams that are currently on track to make the postseason, along with the ones who are in the hunt, and kind of make our predictions here as far as who we think will win the division, who gets a wild card, who drops out altogether. So if the playoffs started today here in the AFC, the Patriots be the 1 seed, the Broncos the 2 seed, the Jaguars the 3 seed, the Ravens the 4 seed, Chargers 5 seed, Colts 6 seed, and the Bills the 7 seed. So, and then I should mention in the hunt, you have the Texans who are at 8, the Steelers at 9, and the Kansas City Chiefs who are at 10. Now, again, why we want to pickle and gripe a little bit here is people still have the Chiefs very high to be able to make the postseason and make a deep run in the postseason, despite the fact that they are 3 teams back, or at least there's 3 teams back from the 7th seed.
And I don't see them passing the 6 or the 7 seed.
Yeah.
6 seed maybe, but I feel like another team would. Colts sitting at 6. I feel like the Texans would replace the Colts if anything.
Let me at least say where I stand as far as these teams that are here in the playoffs right now. If the playoffs started today and see how I would see it match up. So we're going to exclude the Texans, the Steelers, and the Chiefs right now. The Patriots would get a bye.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, the Patriots would get a bye. The Broncos and the Bills would play each other here in the first round. To be perfectly honest with you, I would take the Bills in that one.
Yeah, I think I would too.
I think their offense would be just enough to get past the Broncos defense, and meanwhile the Broncos offense wouldn't get enough done.
Haley Steinfeld magic.
There you go. Jaguars and Colts, just because of the history you guys have, I would say that the Jags do advance.
Colts haven't won in Jacksonville in 11 years.
Yeah, exactly. And then Chargers and Ravens.
Depending on
I gotta take the. I feel like I gotta go with the Chargers.
I go with the Chargers too, but that's actually a tough one.
That's kind of hard to say. The reason I lean more with Chargers is because of I feel like there are less injuries with the Chargers than there are the Ravens. But again, we also have to remember why actually we may be on a collision course for this anyway, as far as NFL script writing. Because come on, that's Battle of the Harbaugh brothers right there.
Man,
that would be fun. In this case, I do have the Chargers winning.
I think I'm with you on that one as well.
So in which case, if we're going to the divisional round, the Patriots and the Bills would face off against each other in the divisional round. And to be completely honest with you, Matt's not here to yell at me. I think I would actually in the playoffs.
Blasphemy.
Yeah. Oh wait, he's back in perfect time. Back in perfect time for me to say that I would take the Bills over the Patriots in the postseason. Just based off playoff experience.
It would be close, but I think the Bills
experience of losing, maybe.
Hold on, I need to check something. Let's see here. It hasn't happened yet. So Bills are about to play the Patriots, not this upcoming week, but the next week. And if the Bills were to lose and face the Patriots in the playoffs, I don't think the Bills would allow a clean sweep of 0-3 against the Patriots in a year.
It's very uncommon for it to happen once you get 3 looks at a team.
Mm-hmm. Especially a division rival. Sheesh.
Yeah. Now, on the other side, as far as Chargers and Jaguars, again, maybe I'm just going off of what I know from the past here, but Shane, I think I would actually take the Jaguars in that matchup to go to the AFC Championship.
Trevor Lawrence has not lost to Justin Herbert.
Yep. Yeah.
Then
we go to the other side, which,
Herbert.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we go to the AFC Championship game where whether it's no offense, Shane, but whether it's the Patriots or the Bills who come out on the other side, I would say they beat the Jags. Either of those 2 teams beat the Jaguars.
I think the Jaguars would actually beat the Bills. The Jaguars recently have a history of beating the Bills. If it was the Patriots, I say Patriots smack the Jaguars. The Jaguars have very bad luck against the Patriots. The Jaguars have good
Yeah.
luck against the Bills for whatever reason.
Yeah, okay.
The
You have to go
battle of
off
the
the
Josh
past for sure.
Allens.
You look at the other teams that are in the hunt if they get in here. If the Chiefs get in here by some weird miracle, refs, whatever.
So this is actually one I wanted to talk about a bit.
Yeah, go for it.
So do you know who the 10 seed Chiefs are playing this week?
Oh no, not off the top of my head. I can't remember.
The
Who is it?
8 seed Texans.
That's right. And the reason I remember that is because I have someone I'm playing against in fantasy who's going to start Mahomes, and I'm not too worried about it because of the Texans defense.
Here's the thing, because I got NFL stuff pulled up. If the Chiefs lose to the Texans this week, their playoff probability goes from 34% down to 11%. That is a steep drop off, and if the Texans win, which I think they will, they'll go from 62% getting into the playoffs to an 84% chance.
Oh.
There's going to be a lot of separation, because if the Texans beat the Chiefs, Texans will hold the tiebreaker over the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs will have to win out, and the Texans, Bills, and Colts and Chargers will most likely have to lose out for them to sneak in.
Interesting.
It is this week. I think will decide the Chiefs' entire season.
Well, that'll be fun. That makes it a bit more of an intriguing match, doesn't it?
Surprised. I'm assuming Matt had to step away again, but I was like, I thought you would want to chime in on this one. But I know he's not feeling well, so that's gonna be a little.
Yeah.
Well, this is where I'll clear my throat. I think, yes, I am extremely biased, yes, because it's my team. But honestly, I think the Patriots have the complete package. They got the offense, they got the defense, they got the special teams, and they got the coach. I do not see them going down unless it's the AFC Championship. And no one can give me a solid argument as to why. They'll have home field advantage. Winning in New England is tough. You know, not this week, but the week after when they play the Bills, that'll be the ultimate test. Because if the Bills can manage a win, then that means they can beat them again in the playoffs and postseason in New England again. But if they don't, and they come off the bye week just as hot and continue their momentum, I do not see a single AFC team beating them.
The Patriots?
Yeah, I just don't see it.
I'm gonna agree with you on that, Matt. At least from the point of as of right now, I don't know if there is a team that can beat them. I understand that anything can happen within the playoffs, but on paper, right now, you're right. I don't look at any of these teams and say, yeah, that team could beat the Patriots right now, as far as a playoff team. Funny, I look at all these teams, and the only one that I look at that could maybe give you some fits is Houston, believe it or not, just because of their defense. But could their offense keep up with the Patriots' offense? I don't know when it came down to it.
Oh, and the nice thing about the Patriots offense that I keep telling people, Drake May goes to everybody.
You mean Drake?
Like,
Drake
true.
May?
Yeah. Drake May. Oh my gosh.
I don't get the nickname. I really don't.
I don't think anyone gets that nickname thing. Except for the person that made it.
May.
Oh, man. All right, so that's the AFC. Let's talk about the NFC now. So the playoffs will start today. The Bears will have the 1 seed. Then you got Rams, Eagles, Buccaneers, Seahawks, Packers, 49ers, and in the hunt would be the Lions, the Cowboys, and the Panthers. Now, if we're looking at this here, just from a hypothetical, let's kick out the 3 teams that are in the hunt. The Bears have the bye, obviously, and now we get to Rams versus 49ers. I've seen I know that when the Rams are fully healthy, we've seen what they can do. I would take the Rams in that matchup in the playoffs.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think the Rams are, despite having a rough week this past week, I think the Rams are the best team in the NFC.
Eagles and Packers. Look, I know that the Eagles' offense has been really garbage lately, but their defense is good enough to make the Packers' offense do dumb and weird things. I would take the Eagles in this game.
Yeah, I don't think I can blame you on that, honestly.
And then Seahawks and Buccaneers, Seahawks for sure. If the Buccaneers were healthy, maybe different, but yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks.
I'm agreeing with you on there as well.
So that basically means that outside of Tampa Bay, you have the top three, and then also Seattle. I mean, the Bears and the Seahawks would face off against each other, and the Rams and the Eagles. In my personal opinion, just because the Bears know how to win close games. It's funny, I look at any of these teams outside of the Buccaneers. If the Bears had to play any of these teams outside of the Bucs in the first round of playoffs, I would say, that the Bears would lose. Except for I really have my doubts about the Seahawks.
You
I-
do?
I look at this and I say to myself, I could see the Bears beating the Seahawks. They are a team that I look at and I say, no. I know their defense is really, really good, but that's about it. Sam Darnold is not amazing, and he's definitely been falling down here recently. And the thing is Sam Darnold, he likes to make plays that just turn into takeaways, turn into interceptions, turn into, bad plays that are become turnovers. And no team gets more takeaways than the Bears.
That's true. They are number one
I
in
don't-
takeaways right now.
I'm not saying that the Bears are going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not even saying they're going to make a deep run in the postseason. I'm still even unsure if they will technically make the postseason at all. I think they will, but I don't think they're going to win the division. I definitely don't think they're going to win the 1 seed, but I think they could beat the Seahawks.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna laugh if the Bears get the 1 seed.
Oh, that would be unreal. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. What do I do with my hands?
You
Felt like I
you-
was on a spaceship.
You go to Vegas, put some money on the Bears to win the Super Bowl because no one else will.
No, you don't
Yeah.
want to do that.
No, you don't. Although someone did, and if they Bears do win, they cash out at $3.3 million.
See,
It's the most ludicrous bet in Vegas right now.
66-1.
Yep.
imagine
Which
you
is
did it
fair.
imagine if
Now
you
it's
did it
down
at
to
the start
30 to
of the
1.
season, though. You did at the start.
Well,
of
the
the
person
season?
did. They did at the start of the season.
Yeah.
That's why the payout's ridiculous.
Some people,
Yeah.
man.
Some people, though, can get it right. I do remember they were mentioning on the news that in Super Bowl 48 between the Seahawks and the Broncos, someone picked the Seahawks to win by a wide margin and said the very first points that would be scored in that game would be a safety. And the very first score of that game was a safety. They had a huge cash out, I remember.
How come I can't have that kind of luck?
Right. If Tyler were here, he'd say the same thing too, because apparently back in when he was last in Vegas, he put $20 to the Dodgers to win, I think, Game 5 of the World Series, and he lost the $20. Told him, I was like, you should have bet on Game 7.
Oh, wasn't Game 5 the one that went for like 5 hours?
That was Game 3. That
Wow.
man, that took forever, man. I had a tough time calming down after that one.
That had every baseball fan questioning why they still like baseball.
Yeah, a little bit. Not gonna lie, because it was from I want to say it was either the 8th or the 9th inning. I think it was from the 8th inning until the 18th inning. There was no scoring.
Jeez, I couldn't do it.
It's
Could
ba-
not do it.
It's a whole baseball game where there wasn't any scoring. Jeez, garbage. But hey, it had an ending that I would have liked. I probably would have hated that game if the Blue Jays won, but that's not what
Like-
happened.
It's just like the Rams Patriots Super Bowl that everyone hated.
Yeah,
That
Matt,
was
you and I
horrible.
watched that game together. That one sucked. I mean, yeah, good for you. Haven't seen the Patriots win, but you gotta admit that was not an entertaining game.
Oh, it was entertaining for me. I'm a defensive-minded person,
I'm a
so I love the
defensive-minded-
defensive
I'm a
game.
defensive-minded person. No, that game was horrible.
I loved it. I was like, this is awesome. Like no one
I
can get
like
anything done.
I like the defensive
balance.
I like the defensive game, but the thing was, it didn't even feel like a defensive game where there wasn't anything splashy happening on defense either. It was just everything was kind of just a we're going to stop plays rather than make plays.
Yeah.
I like balance in my games. I like a fair amount of good defensive and offensive plays on it. You get to either sides of the extreme, and I'm not in it. And I feel like Super Bowl 53 was one of those ones where it was just the one side of the extreme of it was too defensive, so I was not enjoying it. But on the flip side too, earlier that season in the regular season, there was that high scoring game between the Chiefs and the Rams, like where they both dropped like 50 points or something like that. Hated that game. Hated it. Oh, I made you guys silent just off of that comment.
There's a lot of games I've hated, honestly.
Let's talk about the Rams and the Eagles then, at least in this case, because that would be the other matchup we got there. And to be honest with you, even though the Eagles won this earlier one in the regular season, I would definitely take the Rams to win this game.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Which in this case would mean that the NFC Championship game would either between the Bears and the Seahawks or against the Rams in this scenario. And in either scenario, I have the Rams winning.
I think the Rams will go to the Super Bowl on the NFC side.
Matt, what are the odds here? I feel like we could potentially be seeing a rematch of Super Bowl 53 and I don't remember the number, but the Super Bowl in 2002, Tom Brady's first ring.
Mm-hmm. I could see it.
We're kind of on a collision course for it.
Yeah. Now, I'd love to have the ridiculous Super Bowl where it's the Bears and the Patriots, but
No, I want
I
Bears,
don't trust Caleb
Jaguars.
Williams that much.
Bears, Jaguars. That has been the talk of the podcast every single year.
Oh man. Either way, it would be interesting. But yeah, I'm with you there too, man. I don't know if I have much faith in Caleb Williams. It's a good thing that they're not putting it all on him.
They're putting it on the
Yeah.
defense and
And the running
apparently
and the run game.
now. What was a Monangai?
Typical Bears. Kyle Monangai and DeAndre Swift. It's typical Bears, man. It's use the run game and the defense. It's not up to the quarterback. That's why we don't have a quarterback who's ever passed for 4,000 yards.
Despite you guys being one of the oldest teams in the NFL.
It's because we just don't care about quarterbacks. Yep. Oh man. All right. Well, with that, I don't know where Tyler is. It's so funny that Tyler's over here being all like, "Oh yeah, I'm so excited for tonight," and then doesn't show. But we got to go into it now. So let's talk. Let's do our For the Fun, our Golden Raspberry Awards for the 2025 season. We kick it off here with our Antonio Brown CTE Award for strangest off-field behavior. Now, little reminder here: our last year's winner was Deshaun Watson from the Cleveland Browns for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But now we go into our nominees for this year. Shane, why don't you kick us off? I read about this the other day and I laughed out loud. I'm dying that this is what you ended up picking out.
I had to fact check. It was the issue. It took so long to determine if this was actually true, and then people were like, "Yes, it is true. That's why it was out." I'm like, "There is no shot that this happened." So. Abdul Carter is my pick, and the reason I picked this is that he was suspended by his own team for the first 2-3 quarters of the game.
It was a series.
It was for some time because he was watching adult content on his phone in the locker room, and he didn't have his headphones in, so everybody got to hear everything he was listening to. Like I said, I wish I was making this up, but this was just so much of it was just, why, man, why? Like, you're supposed to be getting ready for a game. I don't know if that's how you get ready for a game. That's not how I would get ready for a game, but yeah, you do your thing.
It's the pregame before the real game. I don't understand that. And yeah, I remember like the reporters were asking about it, and he was like, he did not want to talk about it.
I don't blame him. Would you?
No, I mean it's pretty awkward, but like, my goodness, man.
Oh boy, it killed me a little bit on the inside, but it was for a good fun laugh for me.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, all right. So, and Matt, it seems like you're gonna agree with him on this.
Just because of that. It's just too funny. It really is. It's like, bro, time and place, man.
Yeah. That's hard. You know, the funny thing is here is, you know, my pick is actually the prank call on Shadur Sanders on, draft night, and the only reason I have this on here, because I mean, it doesn't even Shadur's the victim here, but the only reason I have to bring it on here is the fact that it was the Falcons defensive coordinator's son who did it. I mean, the Falcons have no connection to Shadur whatsoever, and that's what happened. I just say that is the strangest thing you could think of happening here. So that's why the nomination here was just like, it doesn't make sense. But at the same time, this Abdul Carter one is it's
so
pretty ridiculous. And the funny thing is here, guys, is none of us have talked about Justin Tucker with this. And that's a big one, too. But we're probably just so sick of it because Deshaun Watson did the same thing, and he won our last year's award.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, my
same,
God.
so you can't,
Yeah. So with that, I mean, I'm outvoted here, guys. So I mean, with that, I think our Antonio Brown CTE award for strangest off-field behavior goes to freaking Abdul Carter of the New York Giants.
Happened this past week.
He's been suspended a couple of times before, though, so I wonder if this is not the first time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It
So we need more
get better
info.
than this.
Dude's freaking watching popcorn on in the middle of the locker room. All right, let's go into our Cody Parkey Award.
Imagine being the teammate that was like, "Hey, coach, he's doing it again."
It's making me awkward.
It's making me uncomfortable. The worst thing can you guys imagine though if it was a thing of like you're just all you're hearing if you're just like walking in out of context to the Giants locker room is what's coming off of Abdul Carter's phone, and then Cam Scadaboo's rumbling and grumbling and hitting his head against the you know what I mean?
Nope.
You'd be like, what is going on in here?
Just like, I don't get paid enough for this.
Right, that's why Brian Daboll did it on purpose. He had to get fired.
Brian Daboll's like, I can't handle Scadaboo, Dart, Abdul Carter's doing whatever the heck he's doing.
Oh, and his kicker's Younghoe Koo.
Oh gosh.
Perfect segue here. Our Cody Parkey Award for the worst kick of the season. Now, granted, last year's winner was from the New York Jets. Greg Zuerlein, who's now inactive. Man, he was missing everything last year. So yeah, he was very deserving of that award. Now, I'll kick this off here because I do need to mention that when I first put this document together, I took Blake Group however you say his name, from the New Orleans Saints, because he was missing a lot of kicks. He was just horrible, and obviously they got rid of him, and were at one point considering taking Justin Tucker over him. So I had him on the list until we saw that monstrosity that occurred on Monday Night Football this past week. With
the chip shot.
Freaking Younghoe Koo digging in his foot into the turf like it's a freaking he's making a destroying a divot on a golf swing. Oh my gosh. So with that I had to put that as my pick because that is one of the most egregious things I have seen from a kicker in a very, very long time.
And this one
And-
was unanimous too.
He was like at least like 3 foot like a 2 foot lengths away from the ball when he dug into the dirt. And he's like, "Oh, it's because the ball slipped." No.
The ball didn't slip. The holder had a severe hold on it. It was good. It was solid. He
It's like,
straight
no.
up he straight up did what I did with my driver on like my first ever golf swing. Just pong.
I will say
Doesn't even get to the ball.
it makes me
He's trying to
so
get a
happy.
beaver tail.
Makes me so happy that Justin Tucker no longer holds the longest kick record. That way we don't have to be reminded of his off-field behaviors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, well, but at the same time, Shane, that doesn't really mean all that much. He could have held on to it for a long time, and we'd still have to just deal with it. I mean, come on. O.J. Simpson has a Heisman and an MVP.
Yeah. Could have had a Super Bowl too.
All right, so with that, we're pretty unanimous on this one. Our award for the worst kick would be Young Waco. And it's so funny because this dude used to be like the most sought after kicker in fantasy football. And it's funny how much he's fallen off this year, how much Justin Tucker obviously fell off. It's crazy.
And then lo and behold, they still have what's his bucket, the 54 or 50-year-old kicker. What's his name?
Oh gosh. Was it the Packers kicker?
No,
Oh, he's pretty awful though, McManus.
not
No,
McManus.
Will Lutz. It's Will Lutz. Will Lutz is the Packers kicker, but that's what you're talking about. And it's not the thicker kicker. Who is the?
This dude's literally older than the coach, or he's like the same age, and the coach is like 54.
Matt Prater?
Why am I drawing a?
I could say
Prater is
Folk.
pretty old.
They are the
Right now,
oldest active kickers.
Folk and
at
Prater are both 41. Vinatieri was pretty old too before he finally called it.
I'll be right back. I need to lay my baby down.
Okay, well,
Nick Folk. That's who I'm thinking of.
yeah, he's 41.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but so is Matt Prater. They're the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. All right, now let's move on to the Mark Sanchez Butt Fumble Award for Worst Play. And last year's winner was Tyreek Stevenson of the Chicago Bears, obviously because not paying attention when the miracle Hail Mary happened for the Commanders. That was the beginning of the end for the Bears. But it seems like we're unanimous on this one too, and that is that. Well, I mean the award is called the Butt Fumble Award, and
It's only natural.
it only makes sense to give the award to the second coming of the butt fumble.
Oh boy.
On the same team.
Yeah, literally.
Instead of chanting
Justin-
Jets, they should chant BUTT.
And
Yep.
it makes me so sad that it was Justin Fields, but so it is.
That's how it be.
Yeah, this one's a pretty easy one, and that is the butt fumble 2.0 is our winner for this one. There's not much more to say about it, although except given what Mark Sanchez has been through recently, maybe we just need to exclude his name from this. All right, let's go into the Urban Meyer Award for Worst Coach. Our last year's winner, man, we were really mean to the Bears and the Jets last year. Last year's winner was Matt Eberflus, coach for the Bears. But who is it this year? Shane, give your rationale, please.
I mean, he didn't even make it the whole season. He was bad last season. He was horrible this season, and he led what is currently the worst team in the league right now, Brian Callahan of the Tennessee Titans. Formerly, he is no longer with the team. No, were you expecting more?
I mean, I know that he wasn't good, but
He was pretty bad. I feel like your pick made sense, but I also feel like he's the popular one because of how talked about of a coach he is.
But I mean, at the same time, Mike McDaniel is pretty awful. I feel like the dude has never done anything really all that good as a coach, and now it's just really coming to a head here.
Lots of bad decisions.
Yeah. I mean, are you still with me on this then, Matt? Would you say for saying that it's Mike McDaniel?
Yeah. He literally seems like he's doing nothing on the sidelines except for just taking up space.
Yeah. Shane, I'm sorry. I think it's just like me with
That's
the
fine. That's
CTE
fine.
award. I think you're overruled on this one, and that's
I'm
we're gonna
okay
take
with
Mike
that.
McDaniel. Oh, lovely. All right, now we go to our Jamarcus Russell Award for biggest draft bust here, and we actually named Caleb Williams to this award last year. So with that said, though, and I have to put this preface in here, and even though it looks like Matt and I are going to go for this pick again here, and that is that we are counting 9 JJ McCarthy for I call him 9. My fiance doesn't like it when 9 comes home. We're putting JJ McCarthy on here. He is not made. He didn't play a snap last year. So yeah, I got JJ McCarthy on this list because literally the plays that I've seen this dude make, I'm like, oh my gosh. He makes it. This is my rationale for why he is the biggest draft bust this year. And just being just a quarterback in the NFL in general. The dude proves that Michigan was cheating in college football when he was in college because this dude is so bad, and the only reason that Michigan was as good at that point was because they knew what plays were coming, they knew the signs, and this freaking JJ McCarthy thought that he was the greatest ever, going out there signing the camera at the college football championship game, and he's not good. He's horrible.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that?
Well, and then on top of that, it's like he's so bad that like the rest of his team is even worse. That's what's happening to this team. Like they're just it's like they have all the weapons, they have everything around him, but he is awful. And then they just can't escape it either, too, because they stuck with him because they thought he was going to be the guy. They should have kept Sam Darnold, but
I've heard rumor recently that JJ or JJet is wanting to leave Minnesota now.
I would.
Can you blame him?
No, but some of the teams that they were talking about, they're like, oh, he may want to go here, and I'm like, he's not gonna go there. Like one of them, I think, was the Jets. I'm like, there's no way Justin Jefferson would rather go leave the Vikings to go to the Jets. That's just doing the exact same thing. I did see Patriots on that list, and that one actually kind of scares me a little bit.
I think it would be a good move to the Patriots. Plus, they have the money. They have the cap space.
It's all about cap space.
Well, when you're talking about
unless it's
Justin
the MLB.
Jefferson, yes, like it's a huge play. But yeah, I think he'll 100% demand a trade next year because his production's gone down the toilet. So
yeah,
but who knows? They might get him for cheap and just send him to the Bengals.
maybe.
Hang out with his
Shane,
homie Jamar Chase.
You're right. Shane, why do you pick differently from JJ McCarthy? And I want to know, like, give me a good reason other than the fact that it's freaking bias. At least from the point of you're picking your division rival's quarterback.
You know, I'm picking the guy because I will say, I don't think that this is completely on him, but I think with as being the number 1 overall pick and your team is sitting at a 1 and what is it 11-12 record, I feel like you kind of have to be on there. I mean, I got Cam Ward. I don't think it's fully on him. I mean, the Titans are garbage. But you think it'd be a little bit better than as bad as their record is.
Yeah. I thought about putting him on just because of his strictly on his performance. But the team was bad before you got there, so
Yeah. I feel like he's the only Cam Ward's the only thing holding that team together at this point, at least to look
yeah.
like a team that's in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shane, sorry, you're outvoted on this one again.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well, McCarthy at least can't be nominated again next year.
Thank goodness. Instead, he'll
He'll
just
still
get
be
the
awful
fumble
next year.
award.
Yeah, probably. Or worst quarterback performance. All right. Mason Rudolph Helmet Award for worst defensive player. I'm the only one as far right now that has like actually given like an actual selection for this. Now, last year's winner was Aziz Al-Shaair. That's because he did a real dirty hit on Trevor Lawrence. So that's probably why. I was just considered him a dirty player.
Oh,
And while we
yeah,
could
it was-
pick yeah, it was gnarly. While we could pick potential dirty players here, the reason I went with Marshawn Lattimore for the Commanders is this dude just needs to retire already. He is getting burnt in coverage every single play I watch him. I have to say that he is the worst defensive player of this season.
You know, I was looking for defensive players. Honestly, I couldn't think of any that really just came to my mind as a forefront of a horrible defensive player. There's been a couple where I'm like, what the heck are you doing there? But then they bounce back and everything's okay. And I'm like, eh. But I might agree with you with the Marshawn Lattimore.
Matt, anything to add?
Matt
I
is
think
back
I'd be
again.
okay with that. I haven't really didn't really have a pick because I couldn't really decide on anybody.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take that. Okay, then we will give that him. I feel like sometimes this one is kind of hard to really get a solid pick on, so that's why I feel like pretty confident with this one.
I mean, it's also, I feel like, while there's been bad defensive players, none of them have been horrible throughout the whole season.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but Lattimore's been pretty bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I feel like most fall into is like none of them have done something that's just like raises an eyebrow by everybody. Everyone's just like, eh. It's been an okay season. Some of these players probably aren't playing that great, but we've had worse.
Right. Yeah. Okay, well then let's go on to our newest award, which is the sponsored by Waffle House Challenge Award for most overrated fantasy player. So
This
really,
one saddens me.
but again, Shane, it has to go from a point of a player who looked like they were going to do absolutely super well, dominate, be an absolute pickup for anyone who had them on their team. And really, at the end of the day, I don't blame him. I blame the fact that his offensive coordinator is Shane Waldron. But at least for Shane and I, we have both picked Brian Thomas Jr. of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I blame him a little bit. He ducked some balls a few times, and I get it because he was injured apparently. So
Yeah, and Shane Waldron is his offensive coordinator.
yeah, and Shane Waldron is his offensive coordinator, which is just immediate death sentence for everybody.
Yep. But
Freaking
Matt,
Shane
you
Waldron.
disagree.
Yep.
Matt, who the heck? Wait, which one are you talking about? Before I say anything.
Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to say that.
He has done jack squat.
I mean, look who his quarterback is.
Yes.
Here's
But
the
look
thing.
at there's other players that still get good fantasy points for having an awful quarterback.
I mean, I looked at Justin Jefferson, and I personally, in my fantasy leagues, chose not to draft him because I always struggle picking up an elite wide receiver if their quarterback is garbage. But that's just
Yeah, I will admit I'm in agreement, at least from the point of, absolutely. Like, yeah, Justin Jefferson has not been a good pickup. I've got him in one of my leagues, but yeah, I don't know if I want to put all the blame on him. Whereas I feel like, with Brian Thomas Jr., it's like, Trevor Lawrence is still doing enough out there. And yeah, you could, if we had to pick blame, we talked about, okay, cool, we're going to do that to Shane Waldron or something like that. But still, I feel like there's less cover.
I mean,
there.
Jacoby Myers has
Whereas
been on the
with-
team for like 3 weeks, and he just had like a 20-point game this past week.
You're right, right.
Whereas I feel like the Vikings, I feel like no one on the Vikings really gets any points.
That is true. Yeah, I can't think of anyone.
I think people were saying like Aaron Jones, the running back.
Nope. Can't attest. He only gets like 4 to 7 points.
And that's not enough.
Nope.
Matt, I think you're outvoted on this one.
Oh, it's fine.
Everyone's just like, it's fine, it's fine. We
I'll
don't
submit.
care that much.
Okay, cool. All right, then we have Brian Thomas Jr. on that one. Okay, how about the Johnny Manziel Award for worst quarterback performance? Now, Shane and I've already seen our entries in here. Oh, and reminder too that our winner last year was Will Levis for the Tennessee Titans, and rightfully so. Shane and I have different picks this year. Ben, I'm curious to see if you break up the tie, and then we really have to decide here. But Shane, go ahead and kick us off.
Alrighty, for mine, I love your pick. I gotta say, McKay, I love your pick. I wanted to get some variety in there. It pains me to do this. I have Justin Fields. I understand the Jets are bad, but that butt fumble and a few other things, like he's been really bad this year. And I think it's just because the Jets are cursed at quarterback forever.
Yeah.
All right, send us away with this one.
I mean, for my pick, Geno Smith. I mean, he's awful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you would think that he'd be good. Going back with Pete Carroll potentially, and the Raiders with Ashton Janty, and he's been the worst part of that entire team. So I've got him as my nominee. Matt?
It has been bad.
JJ McCarthy.
Gosh.
Got to put him on for this one too. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. That's fair.
We need Tyler here to decide between the tiebreaker.
Right. But he's not here, so
Mr. I'm ready to be here. I'm excited for tonight. Doesn't even show up.
Yeah. I feel like the Justin Fields isn't fair because he's on the Jets.
Yeah.
We can't excuse because of people playing for a certain team. I mean, the Raiders are also really bad.
But Geno Smith is awful.
Everybody is awful this year.
Yeah. I don't know. This is hard. Oh man, we gotta make a decision here though. We gotta have one. Gotta have one.
I think I would go with Geno.
I feel like the biggest thing, at least for the worst quarterback performance, yes, McCarthy has been awful. But I also feel like we have to at least say, well, technically this is his first season, so we can't go with it straight out of the gate. Because you never know, how things could at least be turned around. I guess the argument I'm trying to make here with that is, we were pretty harsh on Caleb Williams last year, and while he's by no means elite this year, he's better this year. But that's why, we didn't pick him for the worst quarterback performance last year. Yes, we picked him for the worst rookie, but Yeah, he wasn't picked for this one. I like the McCarthy pick. I really do because I love picking on JJ McCarthy. But yeah, I think we'll go with Geno Smith on this one. Geno Smith should know better.
He's getting old.
All right. Yep. All right. And last but not least, our primetime award for most overrated team this year. This will be the first time in 3 years where we have not picked the New York Jets. Thanks, Aaron Rodgers, for being the winner. But Matt, are you in agreement with Shane and I here as far as who's the most overrated team this year?
This doesn't even need to be a question at this point.
No, I would lean more towards the Jaguars.
Wow. Considering we are the 3 seed, I guess we'll see in the playoffs and possibly beat you.
Yeah, fat Sam.
That's funny.
You know, if it happened, well, I mean, last time we showed up in the playoffs, you guys had to have the refs bail you out.
Last time they were in the playoffs, the Patriots got their butt kicked by the Bills. That ain't it.
No, I'm saying last time we faced them in the playoffs.
Oh, the AFC
The refs
Championship.
had to bail them out.
Well, what better reason to play each other and just get stomped?
Yes, for someone that complains about the Kansas City Chiefs getting help from the refs, you sure have benefited a lot from them as well.
We've argued that before. It's
It's
non-existent.
true. This will go on forever.
Have you seen the Tom Grossi
It doesn't matter.
Scripted? Have you seen the
It
Tom
really
Grossi NFL
doesn't.
Scripted?
Nothing's been proven except for Spygate.
The Tom Grossi NFL scripted just made me laugh because it's like the Patriots are in control again. What said the refs is like refs do it, and the refs just like destroy the Chiefs with penalties.
So I know what you're referring to. Shane, I watched that video. It actually kind of made me cringe a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a little cringy.
Oh man. All right. Hey. But with that said, I think it's pretty obvious that our award for most overrated team this year is the Kansas City Chiefs, and no surprise because they have not been good, and everyone still hypes them up.
Still,
Yep.
surprisingly. I don't understand how a 10 seed is like one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl when they may not even make it to the playoffs.
Because Patrick Mahomes is him. It's like, yeah, whatever.
I mean, he is having one of his best seasons right now, but the Chiefs team has been pretty bad. I expected
But no,
them
I
to
agree
go on
with
a little bit of a win streak when they got Rashee Rice back, but that hasn't even helped them a whole ton.
No, I agree with you on the Kansas City Chiefs. I just wanted to get Shane.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, and with that, that is our winners for this year for the Golden Raspberries. I always enjoy that because I always enjoy picking on teams and people and players. So yeah, good stuff.
Oh yeah.
All right, and with that, that would be it for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anything to add, Shane?
Nope, that is it for this episode. We got 2 more, and then I believe we're taking the Christmas one off.
Yes, I believe so.
Because let me double check calendar. Yeah, it will be Christmas Eve, so we want everyone to sit back, relax, enjoy time with their families, and then Christmas Day wake up and watch some football and see who is playing the Christmas Day game.
Yeah.
Pulling it up. We have Cowboys Command. Oh wow, we have 3 Cowboys Commanders. Then we have Lions Vikings. And then to finish off Christmas Day, we have Broncos at Arrowhead.
On prime time. Well, you know what you all need to ask for Santa, right?
The Chiefs L.
A Jaguars Super Bowl.
Yeah, you gotta get through the real Santa Claus first.
I I've been asking Santa for that every year. I'm like, I don't even care if we win. I just want to go to the Super Bowl and say that I made it there. And every time it's just like, hot fat chance. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'll
So
try
what you're
again
saying
next
is
year.
Santa is not a fan
I mean, I
of
don't know
Jacksonville
if he's
Jaguars.
not a fan or what.
He's also definitely not a fan of the Eagles.
maybe too many people are
Yep.
just on the naughty list in Jacksonville.
That's true.
It would not surprise me. People from Florida are crazy. But
True.
man, I love them. But with that.